Hi guys, welcome back to my channel. I hope you're all having an awesome day today. So for today's tutorial, I am going to be making a few Christmas ornaments. I wanted to do a festive craft and this seemed like a lot of fun. So I have 3 different styles to show you today. Some of them are inspired by some I saw at Anthropologie and a few things on Pinterest as well. So we're gonna go ahead and jump in with this little glass ornament with the Rifle Paper Company temporary tattoo. It's super pretty. All you'll need is a glass ornament. I'm making 2 here, so I have 2, and then some temporary tattoos. Tattly makes a lot of different styles, but they also sell the Rifle Paper Company ones. And then I'm also using some gold paint because I wanted gold caps on my ornaments instead of silver. So I'm just gonna paint those to start with my gold paint. So now it's time to apply the temporary tattoo. So first I'm just peeling off the plastic layer on the outside, and all I'm going to do is place this on the ornament where I want it and then hold a damp cloth onto the back of the temporary tattoo to allow it to transfer to the glass. You want to take your time doing this and be pretty careful because it can get caught or get crinkled. So I just took my time and really allowed the paper to soften with the water and used my hand to kind of mold it into a rounded shape, and then just carefully peeled it away to leave the beautiful gold design on the ornament. It's kind of hard to see on camera because this is so reflective, but it just turned out so pretty in real life. So once I finished that, I just added the cap back on once it was dry and then threaded through some silk ribbon to hang it from. And I'm so pleased with how this turned out. I also made a larger size as well, which you'll see here in a second. And I just think it's so cool to play with these temporary tattoos. They have a lot of different styles, so definitely check those out. I'll link to those down below. The next ornament is made out of one of my childhood toys, actually. All you'll need for this project is a mini teacup and saucer and then some silk ribbon and a hot glue gun. I saw an ornament a lot like this at Anthropologie and I wanted to recreate it. So I am simply using some hot glue to attach the cup to the saucer. This needs to be really secure because you don't want it to fall off and break, but I do think the hot glue would be removable over time if I ever wanted this to be usable again. So I just glued that on, and then I am attaching the silk ribbon to the handle for it to hang from, and just doing this in the same way as I did on the first ornament, the Rifle Paper Company ornament. So I like to knot it on and then knot the end. And then for an extra detail, I added another piece of ribbon and tied a little bow, which I just think looks very cute and very old-fashioned. And I love how dainty this turned out looking. And then the last ornament is inspired by another one I saw at Anthropologie, and this is a globe ornament using gold leaf. It's not entirely geographically correct, but I think it's really pretty. So I started by painting a glass ornament with a aqua paint. This is from Martha Stewart Crafts, and it's one of their glossy finish paints. I really like this one. So I added a couple coats of that to my ornament to give it a nice color, and I used it a little bit thick to have some texture. Next, I printed off a map of the world off of Google, and then just roughly cut out each continent from the paper. You can find a lot of different maps online, and I'll link to the one that I used down below. I wasn't too careful with this. I just wanted to have the general outline of each continent so that I could attach my gold leaf to that. So I mixed together some glue and water and brushed this onto each continent and then used that as a base for my gold leaf. So once everything had been covered in glue, I just attached the little bits of gold leaf. I was not careful with the shape at this point. I just wanted to cover all of the paper with the gold leaf. And then once I was done with that, I used a brush to help clean up the edges. You will see some of it kind of removed from the paper, but I just added more. And here are what all the continents looked like when I was done. I think they're so cool. And I just used my fingers to help refine the edge a little more where it needed it. And once my paint had dried, I simply glued each of the gold shapes onto the ornament. So I used the same glue and water mixture and then just brushed that onto the ornament and then over the top of the gold leaf as well to help everything stay really secure. You'll notice it's not entirely geographically correct, but I think it has a cool abstract look and it's just super pretty. I also added a little bit of gold leaf to the bottom to stand in for Antarctica because I didn't have a shape cut out for that. once everything had dried, I went ahead and added some silk ribbon to this as well. I had also colored the cap of this one gold to match the gold leaf, so I just added ribbon in the same way I did on the other ornaments, and that one is done. Alright guys, that's going to be it for this tutorial. I really hope you enjoyed it and enjoyed seeing the different ornaments that I made. This was so much fun to put together. Let me know if you make any of these. I would love to see your pictures over on Instagram, so be sure to tag me. Thank you guys so much for watching. You can subscribe if you aren't already down below, and I will talk to you next time. Bye!